Right. Morning. Top of the
Howdy.
Wrestlemania morning to you.
It's like one of our earliest recordings. We recently had one of our latest, and this might be one of our earliest.
Well, we are in the taint of the WrestleMania weekend between Saturday
It's a
and
place you
Sunday,
have.
the way God intended.
The pro wrestling perineum.
Yeah, it's in
Good.
Philly this week. What's the hubbub? Is
Well,
it exciting?
it it certainly like cast a not cast a shadow, but rather took prominence. Uh, Friday after our delightful earthquake that we had in New Jersey.
Oh,
That
that's
was a
right.
concern for a
I
couple
forgot.
hours, and then everyone's like, "That's okay, it's WrestleMania weekend, baby!" Like it really just kind of fell by the wayside because that was in the morning, and then by Friday night it was SmackDown time.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh man. So you were
Yep.
did you get the earthquake, I guess? Yeah, you felt
Yeah.
it pretty
Oh
good?
yeah. Yeah. It's about
All right.
it happened in Lebanon. The epicenter was Lebanon, PA, I believe. And that's probably about 70 miles directly north of me.
Mhm.
So we definitely got it. The house started shaking a bit, and I'm like, well, this isn't like a large semi truck, with a full load driving by that sometimes can give you a little rumble. I'm like, things feel like they're actually shaking. And I'm like, this is interesting. And I'm on the second floor. And so, like, I get up, go out. Caitlin's off for the day. So she's in the bedroom across from the office. And, like, she comes into her doorway. I come into my doorway. I'm like, yeah, pretty sure we just had an earthquake. So, all right, well,
It's like one of those. Did the
there's
lights
that.
just flicker? Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah. Did the earth just move beneath us
Yeah.
quickly? Did you notice that?
Did life as we know it just flicker? Okay. All right. Well, I always like there's nothing you can do. Like sorry. I know that they're going to be like, now you're taught to stand in a doorway. I'm not sure that counts if you're on the second floor because I think your primary should be probably get out of the house. Like standing in a doorway, if the floor falls out from under you, that doorway isn't going to matter that you were standing in it. My opinion is if I'm next to a staircase that leads to the outdoors, I'm probably should be running outdoors. But the problem is like it's such a short concept that you don't process it that quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess if the shaking continued for like 30 seconds, at that point I'd make some sort of decision. But when you live in an area that's not normally getting earthquakes, your first instinct is, I have no instincts. What's happening? I don't know. It's
I'm
got
gonna
to be
stand
one
here
of
and die.
right. It's going to be one of 50 other things. It's certainly not a quake of the earth beneath my feet. So,
I'm gonna play
and then there's
possum
a
for
little
the
aftershock like
earthquake.
45 minutes later. No, no. Like
You're
if
gonna
I
have to
saw
get
a
into a
tornado,
bathtub.
if I saw a tornado suddenly outside my window, I'd stand there for a good 10, 15 seconds processing what's happening first. I'd be like, this must be some sort of dream. I'll just patiently wait till I wake up.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm not waking up. I guess I will go into a basement or a bathtub, but not a basement bathtub.
yeah, yeah. I'd be like, these VR Wizard of Oz glasses are really working. it's
Right.
it's really realistic. I'm in the movie.
Yeah. So, earthquake aside, they we went to Friday night SmackDown for a little WrestleMania amp up preview at the Wells Fargo Center. That was fun. And then the city has been bumping all day. I have a friend who went to like the Pennsylvania Convention Center for WWE World, which is a new thing that they have. That's like an all day event on Friday and Monday, where people can get like autographs. And the Pat McAfee show was hosted through WWE World on Friday. My buddy told me there's an area where you can actually like record. They'll video you doing an entrance. You can pick any WWE theme, and they have a little
Ooh.
stage and stuff set up with like minor pyro, and you can do your you can do an entrance.
Like you
It's
replicate
yeah.
a wrestler, or you just come up with your own.
I think the theory is you replicate a wrestler. I
All
mean,
right.
they give you the stage, you and the theme song. I guess you do whatever you want. Outside of coming through the curtain and just dropping your pants and helicoptering for the world to see. I don't think they'd probably appreciate that. While it's not the PG era anymore, I think they're still trying to keep it somewhat legit. But yeah, wrestling.
All right. So,
So wrestling now is really weird because um, we went to the Hall of Fame afterwards. It's after SmackDown, and there's like Paul Heyman, the manager extraordinaire, was inducted in the Hall of Fame, and he talked for about a half hour, and he's dropping f bombs. He's saying stuff like "suck my dick" and stuff. I'm like, this is WWF. I'm like, this is weird. Like it was like they are aggressive. And WrestleMania, you heard that Rock drop a massive f bomb last night
oh
on
yeah,
WrestleMania right
they
by the
you totally
camera.
missed
Oh,
the button
yeah,
on that one.
yeah, yeah. Someone at Peacock got fired because
Yeah,
it muted the sound about 5 seconds later.
yeah.
Yeah,
But he's
dude,
had that
it's
on
it's
all of his social networks too. He keeps on cussing that wrestler. You know what? I miss when wrestling was good, clean fun. Back when Vince McMahon ran it. Good, clean
the
fun.
good clean
They keep
fun of the
saying that it's a
Attitude
new
Era.
era, that it's the Triple H era, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they keep trying to separate themselves from Vince McMahon. But
It's so
the good
weird.
thing is, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, our first guest on this podcast, we got him, Vince McMahon.
What?
Wouldn't that be a get?
Wow.
We should start the show though, for sure.
Okay.
I've confused my priorities. Isn't it supposed to come to me? Yes, this is how it's meant to be. Every little thing flashing on a screen. Age of convenience. My daddy worked hard for this.
Um, it is, yeah, it is funny how much they're like trying to pretend that Vince McMahon doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like Triple
Right.
H just comes out, says "Welcome to WrestleMania." Michael Cole's like, you know what? This is his era. This is Paul Levesque, Triple H's era.
Yeah.
Not
Not only does Vince
remember
not
anything
exist,
else
this
before
is
this.
basically a whole new thing. Don't
Yeah,
remember other things. This is a thing.
I I know this is the 40th of a thing, but it's definitely different now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you get any? Well, let's go back
Okay.
to the entrance. Who would you
Hmm.
pick? I mean,
Ooh.
I guess you could consider not just who your favorite entrance is, but what do you think you could bring to the ramp, to the walkway?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would you do it
Ooh.
just for the fun of it, to give it a go, or would you want to do what you could do
I don't
best?
know. Like, that's tough. An entrance is like a really, really interesting concept because it is supposed to be all eyes on you. And it's like, what do you do when you're on the spotlight? Like that's the worst type of like life with entertainment. Like it's like if someone introduces you, if you meet someone and like a friend of a friend, you're like, hey, I'm Jeff, and they're like, oh, you're Jeff. Oh, I've heard a lot about you. I heard you're a pretty funny guy. That's the worst thing in the world you can hear because then you're like, is there a timer now where I have to do something that amuses you? Like, I don't, I want to be someone you enjoy being around, but I don't even know what that means now. Like, my brain is now completely effed because I have no idea what to do. So, like, an entrance, I assume, is like that because it's like, all right, you're coming out, everyone's looking at you, do something. And I have no idea. I can't even answer your question because I have like theme songs going through my head, but I'll say what one of my an entrance theme song is so important for a wrestler. Because there are phenomenal theme songs out there. And I would say the best one I have heard probably in the last 15 years, I'll say 20 to round it out better, is Bobby Roode or Robert Roode in the song Glorious. His theme song was like one of the greatest things I've ever. I'm like, this theme song would make anyone coming out of that back area feel like amazing. Like it's such a good theme. So that it just reminds you of like I had it as my ringtone for a while because I liked it so much.
Let's see if I can
There
pull it
was a
up.
hockey team that in like 2018, 2017, there was a hockey team that started using that after wins. Like that was their song they would play after a win, and I can't remember who it was. But I'm
That
like,
makes
that's
sense.
so good. Either after wins or they were doing it as they were skating out on the ice. I want to say it was after a win, but yeah, if you can pull it up, Glorious is just even the build
Yeah,
up
I'm just
and
getting through
everything.
the commercial here. Yeah, it's
The ad.
it is good because it's this equal part like someone else is currently sharing. Oh, we're gonna play this game again, are we? Fantastic.
Oh,
Well, we'll never know.
all
Here,
right.
well, I don't even know because then I have to download it. Let's see if it comes back on. Why does this
All
fucking
right.
do this? This
Wow.
program. What are we paying for? Why do we even do
Riverside.
this? I'm gonna keep pressing the button until it works. Someone else is currently sharing. Fantastic. But yeah, it's like sort of anthemic, Broadway gospel, kind of like glorious da 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 da
Right.
da da da, and he would just come out really slowly and like do it, have
Yeah.
like this really almost Ric Flairish robe deal. Really good. Ric Flair would be a good one. I just like that because then you can go really slow, like Milk It, do the Undertaker, especially at this event.
Yeah.
Or how much room did you have? Because it'd be awesome to also do the Ultimate Warrior. Like just start sprinting, just go full bore, start
Sprint
shaking
out
things.
from the back, start
Yeah.
blasting people over. Yeah.
I
I
think I
mean,
remember the Warrior used to have those tassels on his arms,
bicep tassels. Yeah.
and they looked so unreal that I think I remember telling my dad that because I used to think his muscles were fake, that he was wearing plastic muscles on top of muscles because they seem so unreal. He's like, no, those aren't
Oh, that's the
those are real. I
wonder
was
of
like,
steroids,
what? How could
Matthew.
that be real? You mean the Ultimate Warrior is real?
It's
Good.
like
That's what I always
Scott Steiner went through that too, where you're like, does his muscles have muscles? I'm like, this doesn't look like an arm.
the Papa Pump. Didn't you
Yeah.
go to what was the NXT event too?
NXT Stand and Deliver yesterday afternoon. So that's for those of you that don't know, that's kind of the WWE minor leagues,
Mm-hmm.
also televised online. That was Saturday at noon. That was a fantastic show. Lots of good stuff. That was about 3 hours long. Um, really see a lot of interesting in-ring stuff, things that aren't done on the main roster. A lot of people get innovative with moves because they're trying to make it up to the main roster. So I feel like you get a little bit more effort out of every match. You're more likely to get a solid performance on the cards with NXT because everyone's vying for the next step. So yeah, that was really really fun.
Yeah, a lot of them are young, just super athletes coming up with like brand new shit that you've never seen. That's borderline murderous. Like everything
Yeah,
looks like
or
somebody's
a
breaking their
lot
neck
of
on every move.
yeah, a lot of stuff it hasn't been done because it's super dangerous.
Yeah.
But like one example is they had three guys in a match, a triple threat match, and every guy in there was over 6'2" and over 250 pounds. So this was not three tiny guys or anything, and they were all doing like someone going to the top rope all the time, going through like announce tables to the outside and stuff. And I'm like, you gentlemen are far too large to be able to do this athletic of maneuvers. But that's what you get with a lot of those NXT guys. Lots of fun.
I was man, I was watching the show last night, and it's at the Link Financial Field, it's where the Eagles play, and it was outside.
Mm-hmm.
What a ballsy plan anyway to have. But by the end of the night, it must have felt like it was 35 degrees in there, just like football game weather, just
Dude,
outdoors. I was like,
right, like 40 degrees and 15-mile-an-hour winds. I don't want that. I don't want to be in that.
yeah, that would have been
When you're
uncomfortable.
tired, like that's brutal. Yeah, the ring was heated. There was heated elements under the ring to help the wrestlers, so
Oh, no kidding.
they stayed
All
warm.
right.
Yeah. Yep. I think they said the other time it was used is when WrestleMania was at MetLife. That was the other time that was the time that it was
That's right.
innovated, and then they used it again for this. It's almost like having a athletic contest that runs 6 hours outside in the Northeast in March or April might be cold. It's like, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought this might not pan out the way we wanted?
Well, it was pretty depressing. It did snow here this week. It didn't fully
Mm,
stick, but there was a couple days of like cold rain into snow. I was like, what a drag. It just sucks. Like I really want it. I really want the warmth. Um, and it just can't
right.
have it. And we've
And
got
until
well,
May, you can never guarantee it.
no. And we are speaking of tourism in Philly, people coming in, we are getting rocked with
Mm.
people just super excited to watch the solar eclipse. I mean, when this comes out, the
Wow.
eclipse will be 2 days past, but it's tomorrow. And
Mm.
damn it, if it isn't just kind of the most annoying thing in the world right now. I don't know if I should be really wanting to see this. It's like it's so annoying. Like so, a couple. It was a Friday night. Somebody calls the store at like 9:30. I end up answering the phone. It's an older guy. Do you think you guys are gonna get more business because of the eclipse? And I was like, I don't know. How would I? I don't know. And I was like, literally, I don't know. Maybe like we could.
Last
I mean, it's the
eclipse.
weekend anyway. But he's like, well, I guess should I come in tonight or should I come in tomorrow to get? And
Come on. You're
I was like,
asking the
just come in.
grocery
Yeah.
store when
What
you
did?
should grocery shop?
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you want. I was like, you come in whenever you want to do it. I was like, it's normally busy on the weekend anyway, Saturday, Sunday, but for the eclipse, and I like word for word, it said to him, "It's like I don't know. It only happens like once every 100 years, so we don't really know. So you just make the call." I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know how you want me to answer this question. It's like,
Last solar, so our normal solar eclipse process is the last time we decided to not exist for another 50 years. So
yeah,
take that for what it's worth, sir. It is. People like everyone wants to talk about it, but there's nothing really to talk about because no one has answers. So we just mindlessly are keep bringing it up, but there's nothing really to address. It's like, should I? No, you don't understand. There's no one to ask. Like, just exist. If
it's not in
you,
the game plan.
but also it's not even like big. It's not like, hey, the world's gonna get. There's gonna be an eclipse that's gonna last like 3 weeks. So I got to understand how to prep. The eclipse itself is going to last in totality for like what? Like 12 minutes,
Minute and a
maybe?
half
Minute and a
for
half.
us.
Super
Our
duper.
area, minute and a half.
Fucking great.
Yeah,
So, on both sides, the absolute most chaotic thing could be the town could be pretty busy on the day before and day after and day of. I assure you, you can exist going to the store Saturday and being set to not have to go to the store until Wednesday. People have done it before. Like, that's the problem is like you have people like my father who need to go to Wegmans 3 times a day just to keep
yeah, he
like
does.
just to do something. Those
That's
people
people's
are
hobby
probably
around here for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's good. Those people are going to go insane and be like, "What do I do?" No, you don't understand. What do I do? But normal people, it's like, "Oh, so I'll just grocery shop before and get items." Or like people are like with gas. I'm like, unless your commute is 80 miles each direction. Like, just fill up Friday or Saturday. Or if you haven't yet, go out early today on Sunday and fill up and stuff like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
stop
Literally
acting
whenever you want to.
right. Stop acting like you need to be life coached for this event. Just fucking exist. The best thing I can tell you is don't plan to do any unnecessary things on the day of. There. Outside of that, you aren't going to get better advice.
Yeah, and I don't like who like it's Auburn. Like if there's not really people, I mean Auburn's not the epicenter of. I mean for some reason people are coming here to watch it, and I don't understand because it's going to be, I
Dude,
think,
behind
part of
that
the
Genesee
pathway.
beer sign, it's going to look majestic as fuck.
Yeah, and we have arguably some of the worst sunlight in the country, so I don't know why you'd come here anyway. Like there's a good chance it's going to be covered in clouds tomorrow, and it will just be dark. We will
I
not
can't
get the
wait.
eclipse at
I
all.
hope to
I know.
I hope to God that it's such a cloudy day in upstate New York and it's all for naught.
I kind of do too, just because I want to say fuck it to the people that are like coming in here,
You
coming into
happy?
our town, spending money here in our community. Fuck them. But we've really figured out a way. So when the earthquake happened, even though the earthquake isn't along the eclipse trajectory, I was like, I know there's somebody out there saying it's all together. It's all a thing. The earthquake, the solar eclipse, it's all together. That world's going to end. And
100%.
there are people acting like that. Like there's never been an eclipse before, like say, like, I don't know, 7 years ago in the US or whatever it was that went west to east. And not only that,
Mhm.
but there's definitely a town where this eclipse is going to cross by, or an area that saw that same eclipse, whatever it was, 7 years ago, 5 years ago. So it does happen more than once in a lifetime. It's like, it's all
Well,
bullshit. We've
that's the
really
weird thing. Is
Americanized
like
this.
it's the solar eclipse here for like
Yeah.
us. But yeah, like you say, it's Americentric thinking. It's like,
Yeah.
well, no, not in my America. This is the world ending. This literally always happens. You just don't know about it
Yeah.
because it's happening in countries that you aren't familiar with and won't acknowledge. And they also don't give a shit. So they don't do what our media does and loses their load over it for 6 months upcoming. Like, stop. You gotta stop.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
That's what it's been. Like
Trying to
we've
speed up,
totally
trying to
capitalized
speed
the
up to
solar
make the
eclipse.
eclipse look fake. They're trying to make the eclipse
Yeah.
look fake.
Yeah. It's like there's t-shirts, glasses, like people selling like moon pies, moon cookies. What are they called? I don't know. Like
Like,
everything
yeah,
about it
half
is
moon
like,
what's an
there's
eclipse
definitely people
cookie? All
capitalizing
chocolate?
on the
That's
fear.
bullshit.
Yeah. We have a cake. So the cake is made. So my role for the eclipse is to go to Auburn's Falcon Park. I'm going to bring a gigantic cake that has little moon men on it and cycles of the eclipse. And I'm going to serve out cake to people that think it's the first cake that ever was made. And they can't believe that it's free. And is it still free? Hey, another question. How many cakes are used? And is it still free? How many pieces can I have? Is it still free?
Wait,
Like, that's what I'm going
is
to be
this
dealing
real? Is this
with.
real?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're going to the park to hand out eclipse cake?
Yes. Wegmans is partnering with the city. So we will be serving cake at Falcon Park for the eclipse.
That's so fucking weird. Wait, Falcon Park,
I
like the
know.
baseball park?
Yes, yes. Yeah, our
So
little
wait,
local community, small town based baseball park. Yeah.
so wait.
The Devil Days
The
Stadium.
city's hosting. So they're like, do you have to pay to go to this event, or is this just like an open
I don't
event?
know. I think it's open to the public.
So
I
wait,
doubt. I mean,
the city
mhm.
said, let's turn this into a fun gathering of eclipse watching. I can't wait till someone burns their fucking eyes out or something. I'm
No.
hoping for the worst. But then, like,
I hope somebody asks me about it.
also,
Yeah.
you get to, you're giving away wedges of eclipse themed sheet cake to all the eclipse watchers, and you're getting bombarded with calls asking if the cake's free.
Oh no, it will
Or
be.
you
I
just
mean,
anticipate.
nobody's been
Yeah,
calling, but that's
that's
just the
true.
way because I did it for the Tomato Fest this year, like on,
Mm.
which is just around the corner on Genesee Street. We have the parade or whatever it is, the fest, and so we're giving out cake there, same size cake, and everybody comes up, takes pictures of it. Whatever, it's decorated with tomato. This one's got decorated the moon. So people take, as soon as we were rolling it out in the store a couple days ago and putting it out the front, people were, oh my God, oh my, is this a cake? Is this cake real? Is this a real
I
cake? I don't
can't
know why I'm
wait
making
to
them
look at
Southern,
these
but that's
pictures
the
so I
attitude.
can remember that. I can't wait to look at these pictures later and remember that cake I saw that one time. Like, think about taking a
Yeah.
picture of the cake. Be like, dude, remember when we saw that cake?
And then, well, with this Tomato Fest, when I was cutting it, like people be like, how much is it? It's like, it's free. It's free. It's like, yeah, it's a little piece of
In
cake.
this
It's
economy?
cake. Have you ever had it? You ever had it? It's just a piece of cake. It's
Oh,
not better
dude.
than pie.
I
Yeah.
can't. Right. Tell them that. Be like, just remember, as excited as you are,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
we're not giving you free pie.
Yeah.
Just wait though. People are going to ask you for the ingredients. It'll be like there'll be someone by themselves, and they'll go up and they'll be like, "Is this gluten free? Is this lactose free?" And they'll be like, "Because I have a friend. I haven't seen them in 20 years, but I have a friend who
Yeah.
was gluten intolerant." And then you're like, "So you're not asking for dietary reasons. You're asking for because you know that gluten free is a thing. Because you will. You're going to get questions about the
You want
contents of the cake.
conversation.
Yep. Who from people who just or like, is it gluten free? Yes. Oh, then I don't want it. Like the people who are like, it can't possibly taste anything reasonable if it is accommodating someone's dietary needs. I love those people. Those people are great humans. Of like, I'm not gonna eat your fucking gussied up, modified pile of frosted bullshit that you made for some fucking hippie. I want good old fashioned American
Yeah.
1920s cake when it
There
was
better
filled
be
with I
plastic
don't
in
even
it.
know what. Yeah. There could be paint chips. I don't give a shit. As
Yeah.
long as it's not
Half
catering
chocolate,
to
half
someone's
DuPont.
dietary needs.
Give it.
Oh,
Well, there'd be like people at this. I mean, well, we did make a printout this year of like facts about the cake because people were asking like, how many people made it? How long did it? How much? How many pieces have
oh
it been? I was like, oh my
no. You have
God,
to
do you
even
really?
oh
Because people think, I think people think they have to ask questions too when they're getting something free. It's like, well,
right.
I better pretend I'm
I gotta be
interested, so they're not
intrigued.
on to the fact that I just like free cake. And it's like, I don't care. We don't just keep it moving.
I
Keep it
don't
moving.
want
You're
the
just a
free I don't want the free
cog in the
cake
wheel.
because I'm a moocher. I'm legitimately interested in the origin
Yeah.
story of this cake.
That's
I'm yeah,
Question. Let
I'm
me.
so
Oh, don't mind if I do. Yes. Oh, but still, while I'm here, let me ask the fake
right.
question I was going
Did
to
you
ask that
know
I forgot.
William Seward liked cake? It's like, oh, a regular historian. Harry
And then
Tubman
people will
liked
come
cake
up. Can I
too.
have it? Can we? Can you get a second piece? And I'm like, I mean, really, we should just let it. I mean, we want other people to have it because it's. I mean, it's free. But if you want to be a dirtbag about free cake, I'll give you a piece of free cake. Like I don't want. If that's.
Exactly.
It's.
You know
Yeah.
what
If you
this is.
want
You
to.
know it's not meant for you to have multiple pieces. So why
Yeah.
don't you do us both a favor? Stop fucking asking questions and just come up and take another piece. I'm certainly not someone who gives enough shits to say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you look familiar. Are you sure you haven't been here before and gotten free cake? Trust me, sir. I don't give a fuck. So live with your decision and stop looking for my permission so that you can feel better about yourself about taking that second slice of free cake.
And
So
it's
yeah, go take the
definitely.
fucking cake.
And then people have to comment about Wegmans too when they go up. Oh, Wegmans! Oh, I love
I
Wegmans baked
love
goods. Or
Wegmans.
oh, but I'm also a trespass from Wegmans, so can I have a piece of cake? It's like that kind of thing.
A
I think we
trespass?
literally served somebody who was trespass at the Tomato Fest. We served somebody who was trespassing the store, but that was like their loophole to get Wegmans baked goods. Because we were out in public. like, like wow, just super trash of the town. It's like this woman Wendy. I
Talk
was like, "Hey,
about
Wendy."
getting lawyered.
Just like,
You got
yeah,
lawyered. It's like, oh,
got
trespassing at
loopholes.
Wegmans? Well, you're at Tomato Fest, motherfucker. I can have all the baguettes I want and Bialys. Give me a Joey's Old Fashioned, jerk.
Do
Oh,
you? I don't think you. Do you catch any part of it? Are you gonna catch like a partial? Not even,
Did you get
yeah,
a
and that,
semi?
yeah.
Did you get a semi Monday afternoon? um, I don't.
I got a
I don't know.
semi-solar.
Like, I don't even know what partial eclipse. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You want to know why? Because I don't care. Like, I'll just see
No.
what happens when it happens. I will be in my office and I'll probably go, oh, it's getting a little darker out, and it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I don't know. I don't know when any of this is really technically going down. I've looked it up before, but I also don't care, so I forget as soon as I look it up. So I know I'm not in the path of totality. So
Path of Totality.
here's to hoping. I gassed up yesterday,
Star
so it
Wars
should be
Episode
good.
10.
Right. Um. Yep. I haven't seen any notices, but I'm really looking forward to the news stories. I can't wait for the chaos that will inevitably ensue at some small town for absolutely no reason. I can't wait for the unfortunate thing that's going to happen, which there will be someone will be like injured and hospitalized based on the eclipse. Now, I don't know what that means. Either it's a fight over what the eclipse means with someone else, or someone's going to be like, I was driving and it got dark, so I crashed. It's like the eclipse is going to be blamed for someone's inevitable demise, and I'm here for it because it's so fucking nonsensical. Good job,
I went
public.
to a yoga yesterday, a yoga sesh, which
Oh
was
yeah.
really good actually.
Mm.
Zen Den yoga. I'm gonna say, um, just giving them a nod, giving them a nod,
You gotta give.
giving them. I gotta give because it was a good
Gotta
class.
give.
They're gonna be moving, but the instructor, and I just know that she was really good. Um, but part of being a yoga instructor is also like combining like the physical, what you're doing, like the breath work, all the mental work of it with some kind of hippiness, you know. You
Mm.
gotta like have that. So it's like she was going into it, be like, okay, and we are focused on our energies of the solar and the lunar, the yin and the yang, in preparations, preparing our mind body space for the upcoming solar, whatever,
Cool.
blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, you have to say that. I was like, you
Yeah.
just have to, like, I was like,
Are
yeah,
we not
you
gonna
gotta
tie
make
in
it.
eclipses to yoga? Come on.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm here for it. Also,
I
my groin hurts now, so that's I don't know,
Is
I
that
don't know
a
what that
yin
means.
part? Is that due to the yin or the
Yeah,
yang? I
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like I feel like you should have asked, and in this manner, you should have been like, listen, we all know the solar eclipse connects directly with yoga. As such, when the eclipse is happening, is that like a definitely I have to be doing yoga? Or is that a definitely I should not be doing yoga? I have to think
yeah.
it's one of those things. Like eclipse is very much a needed yoga time, or is it very much a hey, you need to hold off on yogaing during the eclipse?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to
Should I
know.
be in child's pose?
Right. I think that's the best one to
You
accept
know,
the
one of
eclipse
those
through your butt.
cat cow, little cat cow action.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I did. I can. It felt like a very grown up growth moment though.
Okay.
So at the end, there was like 6 people in the class, and I think for Saturday morning, it's pretty much like a more intro level or like slower paced kind of like yoga practice session, where it's not like hot yoga. I don't know if you ever heard of that, or it's not like super flexible. I mean, I guess you could be. It was a lot of balance stuff, so it wasn't like super hard. But I think if you have done it before, it's probably pretty. It's doable, but very slow pace. So there's like I might even been the youngest person there, but at the end of it, this girl's like, "Hey, I like your yoga mat," and I was like, oh shit, what up, what up, yo, what up, yeah,
You're like, yeah,
yeah,
it's
I got
blue.
it, yeah. It's actually like a southwestern pattern. I was like, yeah, I got it. I don't know. I was like, I started yoga like 10 years ago. I did it in Texas for a little while, but I haven't done it too much while I was there. And then we started talking for a little bit. And then another guy, Gary, came up. So it was Sarah and Gary. But then they were like, hey, we're gonna go next door to have some tea, or this tea coffee shop that's connected to it. You want to go? And I was like, all right, let's do it. I was like, yeah,
I
let's
thought you
go.
were
I
gonna be
don't know
like, nope,
why.
I'm going home. Nope, I'm
Well, my
terrified. I'm
initial
going home.
reaction was like, absolutely not. Why would I want to do that? But I was like, hey, might as well. While I'm doing the yoga, get with the yogis.
Yeah.
But it was kind of fun. I rarely like have a social hang with people that are. I mean, I think this Sarah was like, said she graduated in '97, so a few years older than us, and then Gary's probably in his 50s. But just just a cool little tea hang with people I didn't really know. Um,
Graduated in
and
97 is better than born in 97. So
yeah, true,
good job on that.
agreed. Um, um, but yeah, I found out her job is basically. I was like, well, "What do you do?" And at first I overheard somebody talking about how like right at the beginning of the class, Wegmans isn't going to do like everywhere you go, someone's talking about Wegmans or talking shit about Wegmans. So I never say where I work because they're always like
Mm.
complaining about something. And then, of course, at the end, she's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, I work at Wegmans." She's like, "Oh, I love Wegmans." It always comes around that way, you know. It's like I hate Wegmans. I love Wegmans. That's my favorite thing to hate on. But I was like, "What do you do?" She's like, "Well, she's basically retired at like 45 or something now. She worked in medical administration, whatever. But now all she does is like work out and do yoga. It's like, what a life." And I work on a couple boards for things, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is like
Wow.
the recreational club of Auburn. All these people do is go to yoga and are in running clubs." And it's like, how do you make that happen here? I don't understand that. What kind of life you lead? And they're trying to recruit me into their yoga cults, though, is the end of it. So, like, yeah, we do this yoga here, we do this running club here, and I was like, oh my god, am I at the age of getting recruited into adult contemporary recreation? Is that how it's
You are.
happening? They
You are.
recognize
If you
I'm an
look down at your
unmarried.
right hand right now, there's a pickleball paddle in it
Yeah.
too. So just a
Yep.
heads up.
Um, but the one thing that so there was another guy who's probably in his 60s who was already over at the tea shop, and he's kind of had one of the weirdest dick moves I've seen in a while. So the way the tea shop is set up, there's just like two tables that can sit like four people. So he's at one of them, this older guy. We'll call him Stan or whatever.
Mhm.
So Stan is like, he's already in the tea. He's on his phone, just sitting there, not ordering anything. So the three of us all order something and sit at a table. This other guy, Stan, is just sitting there on his phone. And then the girl who's making the tea and the coffee, the barista, if you will, is kind of just waiting for him. And then she's like, "Are you gonna get?" And he just does one of these. He's got his phone. He points the finger up like to shush her, like, "Wait, yeah, I'm just, I'm not ready yet." I was like, "Okay, that's weird because you've been sitting here now for like 15 minutes. You're just sitting in a seat, not ordering." And so I was like, "That's a weird way to say that." To kind of like give her the
That's
shush
a weird
finger and the like,
reaction.
yeah. And so she steps away for like 2 minutes, goes into the back of the house, whatever, to like clean something or grab something. He stands up and then goes and rings the bell. Ding. Gives it 5 seconds. Ding. I was like, what a piece of
No.
shit. What a
Fuck
human piece of
you.
shit. I was like, what? That was like, that would have been my ugly for the week. What a fucking asshole move to be like, you could have, or like, you didn't know what you're going to get and you had to wait for her to get up and move and then go up. I feel like once that, if she's going to the back, you got to wait. If you're standing at the counter and you already shushed her, you got to wait maybe up to 5 minutes before you touch that bell, or just sit there and
Yeah.
wait. Sit there in your seat and wait for her to come back out. But no, as soon as she leaves, then he rings the bell. I was like, what
Fuck
a human
that.
waste.
Yep.
I mean, it might
What
just
a pile
be
of trash.
borderline an idiot, but now I don't
Well,
feel
he's on
bad
the
because I
wrong
think
side
he
of the
almost
border.
fell down during one of the yoga poses. He like lost his balance. It's one of those where he didn't fully fall, but like he had to like he fell to a knee or something like that. I'm pretty sure. So fuck him.
Brutal.
Anyways, that's a lot of hot yoga talk. That's my way of saying I got out into the community this week, and
Good for you.
2 weeks no booze. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's
Same.
boring. That's what people don't tell you is it gets real boring. Like
I
it's
tell
like
you.
it's so easy to waste time if you're drinking and got to go to sleep early, wake up later.
Right. Uh-huh.
Now I got to like watch movies and shit, you know,
It's ridiculous.
which I
I
have been
can't believe.
doing.
Yeah. Well,
I knocked out like a few movies this week, and we should get to our movie talk here in a second. But
Listen, we don't
yeah,
we
you know
don't
what?
need to be belted down by like the wheel. We can do whatever we want on this podcast. We don't have a
I know
producer.
that's what I'm not. I didn't even open the wheel today, but oh, I mean movie talk also in terms of we got to figure out what we're gonna do for episode 69, 69.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just trying to catch up on movies now. That's I'm using that as part of my time because I feel like I haven't really watched a lot of movies in the last. Like I went hard on movies from like '04 to like 2010 or something like that. Real hard.
Mm.
I used to like download them, torrent them, like watch them on my laptop all the time, and I'll still catch movies here and there, some big ones especially, or some that seem like they're good. But I really don't because I just did too much of the TV shows, or we talked about it where you do like I don't want to watch a movie because I don't have 2 hours when I got to spend 3 hours watching YouTube instead. Like, yeah, but I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Okay.
Tarantino joint, pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Good acting, crazy ending. Won't spoil it because it's still. I mean, it's just watch it if you haven't seen it. Very Tarantino, really good acting. It took me in that last scene. It took me forever to figure out what was actually going on. I was so confused. But it all came together. But it was fucking awesome. Then I watched The Poor Things, the Emma Stone movie, where she just won the Academy Award for. Very
Mm.
weird. Did not. I don't know if you saw that. It'll it, you won't be ready for whatever it is. A lot of nudity, a lot of sex. So if you want to see Emma Stone naked doing sex a lot, I recommend it.
That's what I've heard. I
But
haven't watched
she
the
also
movie,
has
and I'm not probably going
yeah,
to, but
it's a weird aesthetic
um,
for sure. But she's basically like a Frankenstein's monster because she has the brain of a child implanted in her by Willem Dafoe's character. Um, but it's a lot about like kind of like innocence or like not subscribing to like cultural norms and societal norms, that kind of thing.
mhm.
Um, Also, Emma Stone naked. I don't know if I said that, but very naked a lot. So if you're into that, you might even see a Mark Ruffalo butt. I don't remember, but
Oh my.
um, and then Blackberry. Did you see that? The Glenn Howerton, Jay Baruchel movie about Blackberry, about the
No.
phone. It's like on, I
No.
think it's on Hulu, but it was about the device and how I forgot about it because when I moved to DC, BlackBerry was like the shit. I don't know if you remember the BlackBerry of it,
Oh yeah.
but I remember being
Of
on the
course.
metro and everybody would have one. And at one point before the iPhone, they had like 45% share on the market. They were really like the first major device that had like email, web access, telephone, texting all in one with a little scrolly wheel. But how they kind of came to be and came to prominence, and then how it basically died.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, when iPhone came out and all that, but it was good, really good performances. Glenn Howerton, just a savage in that movie. But yeah, I've been ripping him off. So I'm in movie watching mode lately. So I definitely have the energy to watch something ridiculous if we're gonna do that for Ep 69.
Okay. Okay.
Um, we did get some commentary from the regular YouTube contributors
Okay.
about a possibility of what we could watch.
I like it.
Pistachio Kid, Bill.
Yeah.
What about an in-depth comparison of the '93 and 2023 Mario Brothers movies? Also, totally down for a random Nicolas Cage or Seagal flick that we can complete or compete all complete notes on. I kind of like that. I've been noticing lately, like as I flip through the movie streamers, how many like Nicolas Cage movies I've never heard of, just because they probably came out in the last 10 years and went straight to streaming. Like, I don't know how many of them are trying to be good, or if any of them are trying to be good, or if any of them are supposed to be like ridiculous, or if we want to like go with
It's the
the
tough part. I I'm down with like coming equipped with a few Nicolas Cage movies. Um I'm trying to think of the one that I saw a couple of years ago. Um Definitely was odd. Um Let me see. I'm going to find it real quick. I think it's based off of a
oh
book.
here as you're looking that up. since we can do this now for some reason.
Glorious! No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. I will defend.
All right, I might even have to cut some of that out for
Oh.
copyright reasons, but yeah, that's a great intro
Oh,
to
maybe.
a wrestling song for sure.
So good. What is it? Color Out of Space. Was completely insane. It's a I guess it's
You might have told me that. Did you mention that
eh,
before on a pod? I never
maybe.
ended up seeing it. I don't think.
It's completely insane. It's H.P. Lovecraft. But
But you saw it.
I've wanted to see. I did. It's really weird. I don't
That's right, because I
know.
recommended Pig. I think.
See, yeah, I still haven't seen Pig.
And Mandy. Mandy's another
Love
one. Nick Cage
loved
movie. That's
Renfield.
definitely a watch. One of his later ones. Sort of
Okay,
like a
let me see.
'70s psycho trippy horror deal.
Yeah, there's wow, dude. His filmography is absurd. I don't know.
But there's just a bunch that have come out lately that
all
either
right.
go straight to Hulu or whatever.
So what we need to do is let's next up. So when we have this, when do we have to watch the movie by? What episode is this that we're on?
This is 63.
Okay, so we got some time. So let's for next week. Let's get together. The Nicolas Cage rundown. Each of our own Nicolas Cage rundown. Bring locked and loaded 5 movies with their synopsis
Of Nicolas
right
Cage?
of Nicolas Cage movies, and we're
All
going
right.
to discuss the 10 movies that we bring to the table and figure out
And
what
presume, like,
movie
we
we're
shouldn't
going
have
to
seen
see.
them, right? I mean,
Correct.
it's movies we
Movie
shouldn't
you
have seen.
cannot have
Obviously.
seen them. You're just reading the synopsis of what the movie's about, whatever the internet gives us. So we don't want to look into the necessarily the description of the movie or anything like that. Just kind of the idea of the movie. Bring that
Yeah.
for 5 Nicolas Cage movies.
And
And we
obviously,
will
like, if we
chat it
land
out,
on
figure it out.
a couple where we both bring it, I mean, those would be
Right.
finalists, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, that's fun because then do you pick, like, is it worth checking scores and finding ones that aren't good? Like, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe start with synopsis. Maybe we'll start with synopsis, and then if we
I
have to
think
go
you
to
gotta go
overtime
with
or like
then
another layer.
maybe live. We'll go off synopsis first, then maybe live
Okay.
we'll look at ratings because ratings are tough. I was actually talking about that with someone recently. Is that Rotten Tomatoes is terribly unreliable, but also critics compared to fans and everything like that. But also everyone has their own tastes. So what's a rating of a movie really worth? For instance, these rookies at whatever imdb.com is thinking they're hot, rated the phenomenal movie Jurassic Prey, which, for those of you that aren't aware, Jurassic Prey is about a construction site that disrupts something in which it releases a T-Rex. And there's also a mobster's girlfriend who robs the mobster involved, and she ends up bumping into bank robbers. One of the bank robbers is a former child star who fell on hard times, and they all meet up at this abandoned cabin, as well as the officer that's trying to chase the bank robbers, and they have to ward off the T-Rex that was unreleased. So that movie was rated, yeah. So that I know. That movie was rated a 1.8 out of 10. 1.8 out of 10 by IMDb. I didn't know IMDb was willing to go that low, but they are a 1.8 out of 10. which is a travesty because Jurassic Prey is a delight, and I think it's on Freevee or Tubi, maybe.
Oh, there you go. Should have led with that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So
Doesn't I'm pretty sure like I see a lot of memes about like Tubi's basically notorious for doing a lot of one shot takes, probably like in movies. They just don't care. I just toss. It's good. It's good enough. I don't care if there's a background actor or somebody fell or it's clearly the wrong person in the scene. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah,
th-
clip
there's
it.
a discussion I had with people at work this week about the movie Velocipaster. Um, he says he's a man. The
Is that a
tagline
sci-fi
is
original?
he's a man of the claw, not a man of the cloth. So that was good. But
You know,
the
that was the
reason
whole
is
room. That was the whole brainstorm session for that movie. That was it. Just come up with a title and a tagline. The
so
rest will fill itself in.
I looked into it. It was a guy who was actually in film school texted someone Velociraptor and it auto corrected to Velosa space pastor.
Really?
And that's why he goes like he ran with it and was like, what if? Oh my God, what if? And he made it for a project. And the budget on the movie, $36,000. A movie for $36,000. Folks, for those of you that don't know, these Marvel movies cost like $300 million.
Dude, that's insane. Like, how do they even? I'm beginning to think they didn't get a real raptor.
Starting to think. Yeah, but you don't have to pay Raptors.
You know,
they don't work for American dollars.
You know what's crazy? So, also a comment from G.
Oh boy.
Under Ken on YouTube.
Mm.
Thinking an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Killing Gunther. Tom Cruise movie The Mummy. I don't know. Perhaps a hockey movie, Net Worth, or Youngblood, or Tommy, 1975, Pinball Wizard. I personally have not seen any of these. So is that your mom? Your mom hasn't seen Tommy?
I guess not.
Or Youngblood. Youngblood's a pretty good hockey movie. I've seen it.
What's that?
Yeah.
Youngblood?
Yeah, pretty solid. Rob Lowe. It's a good one. It's on cable here and there. Oh. I never heard of the other one. What is it? Killing Gunther? Is that a Arnold movie?
No idea. Killing Gunther. 2017.
It's like a newer one. Oh my God. Yeah. With Colby Smulders.
It's a mockumentary action comedy.
Taron Killam.
Oh, weird. It's Taron Killam. Taron Killam is director and writer, and Colby Smulders is in it. That's weird.
Bobby Moynihan.
They're married.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah. An assassin.
That's
wants
why I
to
never
kill
heard of
the
that.
world's
Robert
most
Gunther
notorious
Bendick.
Hitman. Wow.
Yeah. So this is like a knockoff John Wick kind of deal.
I guess.
Oh, it's a mockumentary. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. So it seems like it's trying to be funny.
Yep.
Which has its place. I'd like to lean on the unintentional. Yep. I just really want that movie where somebody's going for a paycheck. That's the energy I'm hoping to get. It's like we gotta pay for dinosaur skulls.
Right.
Like that kind of energy.
An incessant need to pay for dinosaur skulls. Like that's the energy I need.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I don't know. The Nicolas Cage thing probably is our easiest bet. I think the world understands what Nicolas Cage brings to the table.
Plus,
we need star power.
In every movie, you can
start this off.
Yeah, you can at least get some lines, some funny lines out of it, or some overacting, and that's really what you want for your money.
Yeah.
We also still have the possibility of Madam Web in there. I'll toss that out again. That was the one that
Yeah,
is so bad you have to
I don't
see
know
it.
where that's
Apparently,
available. Well, how do I get that? Is that in the
is
red
it?
box?
It's not already on Disney Plus.
Right. No, it's Sony, ain't it? It's Sony, so I
Oh, is
figured
it
it'd be
one of those?
Disney
It's not
Plus.
even a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's MCU.
I wonder if you have
Ew,
to. Oh yeah,
yeah, it's
you can
still
buy it for now.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna pay $20 for that.
Nope, didn't want to pay two.
No
Let's
announcement
go.
about when it's coming to streaming, anything like that.
Not that I'm
All right.
seeing.
F that. That'll be another one.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely
let's do.
put in the back pocket.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. If something else pops up, throw it on the list that you thought of as you're looking. We'll go
Oh,
with that.
definitely. Like maybe sometime
So what do we do?
we do like a Prime deep dive because Prime just has so much garbage in it and it's so good. But anyway,
Yeah, have you seen the new Roadhouse?
I have not yet.
That's on
I do
my
want to watch it
to
because I've heard it's
watch.
bad.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard it's chintzy.
Really? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've heard Conor McGregor's effing terrible, which I'm glad. I don't want him to
Good.
have an
Yeah.
avenue towards success.
Um. I mean, the original one's so good. I mean, the original one's bad good too. But Swayze just killed it for
The
so
original one's
long.
bad. Yeah. The
It
original
is.
one's bad good.
But it's like, yeah, those fighting scenes are pretty awesome, and all the just the casual like stitching scenes, just perpetually going to this nurse who just keeps. He's got like these severe wounds, and he's just like, "Oh, let me just put a bandage on that. Let me just stitch this up real quick."
Yeah.
Between that, he had that. What Point Break, All Timer, and a million other movies, and I can't think of them right now.
What?
But
Swayze movies?
Patrick Swayze, like that era, some of those killer. We know like Dirty Dancing, obviously. What was it? There's another action one besides Roadhouse, Point Break that I'm forgetting. That was really top notch.
Black Dog?
Black Dog.
Red Dawn?
Was that? Oh, Red Dawn. Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Dog
yeah.
was the
That's
one
what I
with
was thinking of.
Meatloaf in it.
Was that like a trucker movie or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
1998. I do remember when Black Dog came out. I vividly remember.
I do
I'm like,
too.
Meatloaf's in the movie?
Yeah. Used to be able to make movies about, one slice of life. There's not a good trucker industry movie right now about trucking crime.
There was a real big need because everyone remembered how good the world was when Over the Top came out, and we're like, we need another trucker movie. So,
Yeah.
10 plus years later, they're like, we got to do this Black Dog movie. I'm thinking Meatloaf and Patrick Swayze, and someone's like, I fucking love it. Production companies are like, here, take my money.
Yeah. All right. We're reaching the end. Any hot predictions for WrestleMania Night 2?
Ooh, WrestleMania Night 2.
Actually, what'd you enjoy about Night 1? Let's do a quick recap.
Okay, so Night 1.
Since we're going quick, I like the Sami Zayn going over Gunther. That was a good way for Gunther's reign to end. Sami Zayn. Gunther's probably going to go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Some world title picture stuff.
I'm thinking we're going to get Chad
That
Gable.
move was gnarly, though. The superplex into the neck breaker or whatever off the corner.
Yeah, the brain buster on the turnbuckle.
I was like, could have killed you move right there.
Yep. That's a lot of trust between those two gentlemen.
Yeah,
that was good. The Gunther reign needed to end, certainly. That was for sure. But I'm hoping that means Monday Night Raw, Chad Gable is going to cash in his favor, if you will, with Sami Zayn and get a title shot. And I would love to see Gable holding the title because I think he needs a title more than Sami does. Sami can do other stuff.
He's deserved.
Transition.
I could see that building to SummerSlam, though.
Like a rematch? Or Gable getting a title shot at SummerSlam?
Yeah, that.
Okay. Yeah, no, all right. Yeah, you could work that into a few months.
Or either way, whatever happens, I could see it like still build because they're still kind of friendly right now. You got to build that, animosity there.
One thing I like in wrestling is I do like the friendship, the mutual respect matches, where it's not like
Hmm.
a raw I'm gonna get you, raw I'm gonna get you. It's you got the title I want. I respect you, but you have the title I want. I like that storyline because they don't overdo those, and so when you get them, that's what the NXT title was this this time around with Tony D'Angelo and Ilya Dragunov. So I like that, but yeah, I would say best match. I mean, they as long as it took, and we timed the entrances for the final tag match between Cody Rhodes
It was
and
like
Seth Rollins
45 minutes or something.
and The Rock and Roman Reigns, and the entrances from the start of the first entrance to the end of the fourth entrance took, I think it was 23 minutes for
Because they all had to
entrances.
come in alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming alone, and it had to be long and elaborate, but um,
Yeah.
it
It was
was
good. Good
long.
storytelling.
It was
Yeah.
long, but I think it was good storytelling, and there were some matches that fell flat. So if I have to
There
be
were.
objective and pick a different one, I'm going to take that tag match. I think that did what
I
it
agree.
needed to. I think
That was almost a
ended up being
double-edged.
better than I thought it
Uh,
was going to be. It ended up being
mhm. And it
far
finished well.
exceeding my expectation.
And it was nuanced too, because it wasn't. It did finish quote unquote clean in terms of like a clean pin, but it wasn't a clean match. So it was like it was very nuanced in terms of like there was definitely cheating, and it shouldn't have gone that way. They should have been disqualified, Roman and Rock, but Rock used his authority, and so that I think that's going to lend itself to we'll see what happens today. So good build into the second day. It's probably what needed to happen. I think the double-edged sword of the we're getting very wrestling-y now, but enjoy it, folks. This is who we are.
Uh-huh.
Um, is there was so much build with that match that I think it almost in a way impacted the rest of the day. Like the rest of the matches almost felt a little down or less than in a way, like I feel like there was so much build for this that the rest of the matches didn't have the build or the energy, for some of them,
Like, are you
especially a
talking
few of them
before
like were,
today? Or like before
yeah,
yesterday, like just the lead up to WrestleMania
yeah,
was so hyper focused on this concept.
yeah,
Yeah,
that I think some of the other matches suffered a little bit because of it. Um, but I mean, ultimately, most of them were some of the best wrestlers in the world, so they make it work. But it's hard to pick out other big high. I mean, there's some good spots in the tag matches. Our Truth going over. It was like he finally had his moment. It's just like
yeah.
I love that stupid. He's so like trying to get a tag in all of his little like
His
stupid.
mannerisms are fantastic because it's that comedy style of wrestling that doesn't get
Yeah,
old. Um,
yeah.
but
Dude, the
them
ladder
winning
though that
was
almost
is a big eye
went
roll. Oh my
down.
god, the ladder that looked like it was gonna collapse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one ref had was like really like Priest was like, don't get a different ladder, get a different ladder. Like she was knocking on him to like, and he just still went up. I thought Miz was gonna die when he ran up that side of it. It was gonna fall and like land on a metal shard or something like that.
yeah, it was
Um,
good. But
but yeah,
for
what
tonight,
what goes down tonight? Does Cody complete the story?
I think I think it does happen. I don't think you can dick people around for back-to-back
Could
WrestleManias
you imagine?
because for those of you that aren't aware, people assumed that Cody Rhodes was going to win the title from Roman Reigns to end Roman's historically long uh, reign as champion last WrestleMania a year ago. And everyone's like, "You've got to be kidding. We're so bored of this story." And they dragged it out very well done for another year.
Mhm.
I don't think you can do it again.
It'd be I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Right.
It's got
You'd
to
have to
happen. I mean, he's got
you'd
to.
have to start
Yeah.
involving like aliens and like I don't know how you make it interesting for another year. So yes, I assume the story is going to end. Um and Cody will be the WWE champion tonight. And yeah, it's pretty interesting because it kind of blends this whole um, multi-company wrestling world that is built today, where like kind of lines are blurred with stuff. With Cody Rhodes making a triumphant return to WWE, only to quote unquote finish the story. But yeah, looking forward to that. I think Drew McIntyre is going to beat Seth Rollins, or possibly Damian Priest will cash in, and
Senior
Senior Money in the Bank will
Money in the
cash in,
Bank,
and
cash in.
thus win the title from McIntyre soon thereafter. I don't know.
Setting up a Clash at the Castle 2
Yeah,
title capture.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All right. Well, I'll have to watch late. It
yeah.
sucks. I'm gonna have to be behind because I got to work tonight. Maybe I'll sneak in
Mm,
a little watch here and there on
mm.
Peacock on the iPhone. That's the way you want to watch WrestleMania. It's a real
Absolutely, absolutely.
extravaganza.
Get the full experience.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right.
40-minute mark.
Let's go, folks. Enjoy the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, whatever it is. It's
Hope
already
you
done.
already
Doesn't
did,
matter.
I guess.
And enjoy
By the
WrestleMania. It's
time you
already
hear this.
over. Who knows? This probably won't come out because the eclipse is going to destroy all of our technology, much like Y2K.
Mm-hmm. Similar effect.
It happened exactly like that.
Rest in peace.
So, yeah, keep sending in movie recs though. We got time. We're gonna look up Nicolas Cage this week, but if there's something you've seen that is notoriously bad or you think could be fun, but is worth watching, is worth a deep dive, let us know.
Agreed.
We will see you there. Peace be with you, and also with you. Adios, turd nuggets. All the things. I'm just delaying because I'm trying to get the end song here to pop up. Ah!